What sense do you get, Schefter, of what Atlanta's going to do tonight with their pick?
Well, I think most people around the league believe that they'll wind up going Kyle Pitts, the Florida tight end. And you hear people talk about him, and they gush over his talents. You're talking about a guy that Mel Kiper has as the highest graded tight end he's ever put on the draft board. And I think Arthur Smith is infatuated with Kyle Pitts here and all he can do and all the gifts he has. And I think the Falcons have gone back and forth. Now, if the 49ers, again, we go back to that pick, the 49ers go Mac Jones, the Falcons, I think, would be tempted on Trey Lance at number 4. But I also think they're going to be really tempted on Kyle Pitts, who's a player that many front office people and general managers believe might just be the top player in this entire draft. And I know we've got Trevor Lawrence there at 1 and Zach Wilson at 2, a quarterback at 3. But people love Kyle Pitts and his skill set, and it would not be a surprise if he wound up in Atlanta at number 4. But, of course, we have to see what San Francisco does at 3.
This speaks to the philosophical approach of the draft. Do you go for best available or do you go for need? Because they do not need, technically, more weapons in Atlanta. Whether it's a good pick or not, send it back over to Kevin.
Well, you know, when you look at the roster, they are now one player away here. And let's start with RC. What should the Falcons do with this 4th pick in your mind?
You know, I feel like the Falcons should be trying to move back and stockpile picks. I know a lot of people in Atlanta are going to be like, hey, man, get us a quarterback and let's start grooming him to take Matt Ryan's place. But when you look at what they are defensively, I believe they have to improve in so many spots. And there isn't a guy at 4 defensively that you want to take. So if you could get some picks in the later rounds of the 1st or actually stockpile some picks in the 2nd or 3rd round where you could find good value for guys, I believe that you do that. But it's all going to be contingent on what people feel about the other quarterbacks after the San Francisco 49ers pick, whether it's Mac Jones or Trey Lance, because now obviously people are going to feel like the Carolina Panthers could be in play. Obviously, L is very comfortable and very familiar with the Denver Broncos. They could be in play. And so if you want one of the other 2 quarterbacks, will you be willing to move up and grab one? And will that spot be 4? If I'm the Atlanta Falcons, I am faking it until I make it, saying we may take one of these other guys. If you want him, you better come get him, and you better come big.
All right, we're going to get L's thoughts on the Broncos later on in the program. I cannot wait for that. Dan, I saw you shaking your head at one point here. When you look at the idea of Kyle Pitts in this offense, how good could this offense be with Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Kyle Pitts as of late April?
Yeah, this would be a top 8 offense in the NFL, and you take Kyle Pitts. Now, part of me agrees with RC. Yeah, like you make everyone in the NFL think, we're going to take one of these quarterbacks. We love them, because then you can try and fleece them. But that's my point, Kev, is I'm taking Kyle Pitts unless someone comes and pays me a premium. Because if I'm Atlanta, I'm not just giving you what traditionally would be the 4 slot to trade out, right? I'm passing on a guy that many believe is the best tight end we've ever seen come into the draft. I'm not just giving you the 4 slot. I'm passing on the opportunity to add that player to my football team. So if you're Denver, or if you're Carolina, or you're New England, or I don't care who you are, and you want to come up to the 4 spot, you're paying me a premium. You got to pay me a premium, because I'm not just giving you 4. I'm giving you 4, and I'm also passing on the opportunity to add Kyle Pitts, who's the 2nd best player in this draft.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.